Welcome to English Story Cafe. Today, I want to share something with you that changed my understanding of people forever. This is not just another story. This is a mirror that will help you see yourself and others more clearly than ever before. There was a young woman named Maya who believed she understood people perfectly. She had read books, watched videos, and thought she knew exactly how the world worked. She was confident, smart, and always ready with advice for everyone around her. But life had a different lesson waiting for her. Maya worked at a busy marketing agency in the city. Every day, she noticed something strange. Her coworker David would smile at everyone, laugh at jokes, and seem completely fine. But Maya sensed something different. She couldn't explain it, but something felt wrong. One evening, she stayed late to finish a project. David was still there too, sitting alone at his desk, staring at his computer screen with tears running down his face. Maya froze. The man who smiled all day was now crying alone in the dark. She quietly approached him and asked if he was okay. David wiped his tears quickly and said he was fine, just tired. But Maya didn't walk away. She sat down beside him and said something simple. "You don't have to pretend with me." Those 5 words broke something open. David started talking. He shared that he had been pretending to be happy for months because he thought showing sadness meant he was weak. He believed that if people saw his pain, they would think less of him. So he wore a mask every single day until it became so heavy he could barely breathe. That night changed Maya forever. She realized that everyone around her was carrying invisible weight. Her boss, who yelled at meetings, was dealing with financial stress at home. Her friend, who canceled plans repeatedly, wasn't being rude. She was battling anxiety. Her mother, who seemed cold, wasn't heartless. She just never learned how to express love in words. Maya began to understand a powerful truth. Most people are not what they appear to be on the surface. Everyone is fighting battles you know nothing about. The person who seems confident might be terrified inside. The person who seems angry might actually be deeply hurt. The person who stays quiet might have a storm of thoughts. They're too scared to share. This realization opened Maya's eyes to something psychologists call emotional intelligence. It's the ability to recognize emotions in yourself and others, to understand why people feel the way they do, and to respond with wisdom instead of just reacting. Maya started practicing this in her daily life. When her coworker Sarah snapped at her one morning, instead of snapping back, Maya paused. She asked herself, why is Sarah acting this way? Is she really angry at me, or is something else happening? Later, Maya learned that Sarah had just received bad news about her father's health. Suddenly, Sarah's behavior made sense. It wasn't personal. It was pain. Maya also began looking inward. She started asking herself difficult questions. Why do I get defensive when someone gives me feedback? Why do I avoid difficult conversations? Why do I sometimes say yes when I really want to say no? These questions were uncomfortable, but they helped her understand herself better. She realized that she feared rejection so much that she would abandon her own needs just to keep others happy. She discovered that her need to always be right came from a childhood where she felt ignored. She saw that her impatience with others was actually impatience with herself. This journey of self-awareness was not easy. It meant facing parts of herself she had been hiding for years. But it also set her free. When you understand why you do what you do, you gain the power to change. You stop being controlled by unconscious patterns and start making conscious choices. Maya learned that emotional intelligence has several key components. First is self-awareness, which means knowing what you're feeling and why. Second is self-regulation, which means managing your emotions instead of letting them manage you. Third is motivation, which means finding inner drive, even when things are hard. Fourth is empathy, which means truly understanding how others feel. And fifth is social skills, which means building genuine connections with people. One day, Maya's manager called her into his office. She immediately felt her heart race. Her mind jumped to the worst conclusion: I'm getting fired. But instead of panicking, she used what she had learned. She noticed her fear, took a deep breath, and reminded herself that she didn't know what this meeting was about yet. When she sat down, her manager smiled and told her she was being promoted. Her ability to connect with team members and resolve conflicts had been noticed. Maya realized that by working on herself, she had naturally improved her relationships with everyone around her. But Maya's biggest test came when she went home to visit her family. Her father had always been distant, cold, and critical. For years, Maya felt unloved and unworthy because of this. But now, with her new understanding, she looked at her father differently. She saw a man who grew up in poverty, who was taught that showing emotion was weakness, who worked 3 jobs to give his family a better life, but never learned how to say, "I love you." She saw his coldness not as rejection, but as the only language he knew. One evening, Maya sat with her father on the porch. Instead of waiting for him to change, she opened up. She told him how much she appreciated everything he had done for the family. She shared how proud she was to be his daughter. Her father didn't say much. He just nodded. But later that night, he knocked on her door and handed her an old photograph. It was a picture of Maya as a child, sitting on his shoulders, both of them smiling. He had kept it in his wallet for 20 years. He didn't say, "I love you," but Maya heard it clearly. This experience taught Maya another profound lesson. People show love in different ways. Some say it with words. Others show it through actions. Some give gifts. Others give time. When you understand this, you stop demanding that people love you the way you want and start recognizing the way they actually do. Maya also learned the importance of setting boundaries. Being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean accepting bad behavior. It means understanding where it comes from while still protecting your peace. She had a friend named Lisa who constantly took advantage of her kindness. Lisa would ask for favors, but never offer help in return. Maya used to feel guilty saying no, but now she understood that healthy relationships require balance. She kindly but firmly told Lisa that she needed their friendship to be more equal. Lisa got upset at first, but eventually she respected Maya's honesty. Their friendship actually became stronger because it was now built on truth, not obligation. As months passed, Maya's life transformed. She wasn't perfect. She still made mistakes. She still felt hurt, angry, and confused sometimes. But now she had tools to navigate those feelings. She knew how to pause before reacting. She knew how to ask questions instead of making assumptions. She knew how to separate what someone did from who they are as a person. Maya also started teaching others what she had learned. She created small workshops at her company where people could practice emotional intelligence skills. She taught them how to listen without interrupting, how to validate someone's feelings even if they disagreed, how to apologize sincerely, and how to express needs without attacking. The impact was incredible. Teams that used to fight all the time started collaborating. People who felt invisible started feeling valued. The entire workplace culture shifted because people were finally learning how to understand themselves and each other. But Maya's most important discovery was this: emotional intelligence is not just about being nice. It's about being real. It's about having the courage to feel your feelings instead of numbing them. It's about being honest, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about choosing growth over comfort. It's about building relationships based on truth, not pretense. Today, Maya lives with a deeper sense of peace. She still faces challenges, but she faces them with awareness. She still encounters difficult people, but she responds with wisdom. She still feels pain, but she doesn't let it control her. And most importantly, she finally understands that the key to understanding the world outside starts with understanding the world inside. So what can you learn from Maya's journey? First, remember that everyone you meet is carrying a story you don't know. Be kind. Be patient. Be curious. Second, invest time in understanding yourself. Your emotions are messengers. Listen to them. Third, practice empathy, but don't lose yourself in the process. You can understand someone without accepting toxic behavior. Fourth, communicate honestly and respectfully. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Fifth, never stop learning about yourself and others. Growth is a lifelong journey. The most powerful people are not those who never feel pain. They are the ones who feel deeply, understand clearly, and choose wisely. They are the ones who can sit with discomfort, listen without judgment, and love without losing themselves. They are the ones who know that true strength comes not from pretending to be perfect, but from being courageously authentic. If you take one thing from this story, let it be this: you have the power to transform your life by transforming how you understand yourself and others. You don't need to be a psychologist. You just need to be willing to look deeper, feel more, and choose better. Because when you master your inner world, you naturally improve your outer world. When you understand your heart, you can finally connect with others heart to heart. This is not just a story. This is an invitation. An invitation to stop living on autopilot and start living with awareness. To stop judging and start understanding. To stop hiding and start healing. Your life will change when you change how you see yourself and the people around you. Thank you for being part of English Story Cafe. Remember, every person you meet is an opportunity to practice compassion, and every emotion you feel is an opportunity to practice wisdom. Now go out there and live with emotional intelligence, because that's how you build a life that's not just successful, but deeply meaningful.